Over the last few years, we haven't really gotten any good original slasher movies. The majority of slasher movies we've gotten recently have been remakes of the slasher movies of the late 70s and 80s, so I was really excited when I heard about You're Next. When it came out, it was getting rave reviews from people saying that it was not only a great slasher movie, but it's also a really smart horror movie. What I got was exactly that. I fell in love with the film instantly, and although the list was never actually completed, it was quite high on my list of favourite films of 2013. The film starts off with a classic slasher opening. Two people have sex and then are killed off. These two people don't really have much purpose in the film until much later on where they're brought back. The film is essentially about a family reunion. A family have gotten together for their parents' anniversary. The main characters of the film are pretty much one of the sons, Crispin, and his girlfriend, Erin. During the family dinner, an argument starts and then randomly one of the daughter's boyfriend is shot by an arrow. This starts the bloodbath. Slowly the family are being picked off one by one. Erin essentially takes charge in the situation and tries to make sure everyone survives and even sets up traps to stop the killers. She fights back against the people trying to kill her and her boyfriend's family. I won't talk about anything else plot-wise because I don't want to ruin the big plot twist towards the end. It's a great twist that I really didn't expect the first time around, but the second time around I realised how obvious it actually was. They hint it everywhere. For me, what makes this movie great is it really captures the energy of some of the best slasher movies of the 80s. There is a lot of the build-up and atmosphere too, but it really does a great job of capturing the fast pace of the third act in other slasher movies. In fact, this film is pretty much just one big third act. The film is exciting and honestly, at times, a lot of fun to watch. Watching Erin kill off these bad guys in different awesome ways is what makes the movie so enjoyable. I like how instead of giving us a heroine who survives to the end due to luck, they give us someone strong who's willing to fight back. Nightmare on Elm Street did this very well and similar too, but Erin is much more of a badass in this film. The film is drenched with gore and it's all practical effects too, something that in this day and age is sadly incredibly rare. The kills are all really well executed and are thankfully simple. With a lot of slasher movies, they always try to one-up the other movies by throwing in creative and interesting death scenes that were incredibly implausible. This film kept it to just normal human beings killing people with normal weapons. The film has a lot of dark humour in it too, and in many ways is a serious black comedy. Not something like Scream or The Cabin in the Woods where the jokes are straight up in your face. This film is a lot more subtle in its humour. There are a couple of scenes that are genuinely quite funny though too. If there's one problem I have with the film, it's that the writing and also acting in the first 15 minutes of the film is a little bit stiff. But when the film picks up in pace and gets going, both the acting and writing improve immensely. Would I say this is the greatest horror movie of the last decade? Certainly not, but for me it's a great return for slasher movies. It feels very much like a classic 80s slasher movie, but set in 2013. The music is very synth heavy and reminds me a lot of the sort of music in a John Carpenter movie. The fact that the gore is all practical too makes it feel much more like a classic slasher movie. Overall, You're Next is a great horror movie. It's tense yet exciting, gory yet fun, and smartly sadistic. Definitely one I'd recommend if you're a fan of slasher movies. I give it a 9 out of 10.